But welcome to another edition of Laurie Maves Art Live Painting LMJ and Puku Creator. Thank you for joining, guys. I'm going to get back to work on this giant landscape today. Some of you have been following, some of you haven't. It's all right. Hi. Well, I'm glad too, Robert, because this is how we get to see each other across the miles. So I'm also working on that smaller piece over there. I got a really nice show coming up, but I don't, which is new, and I can't announce. Gosh, this is really at an interesting angle. Sorry, but it's better for the painting. So I got into a nice show. Oh, thanks, Florence. Osaka, Japan. Are you from Japan? Because that's like on my life list of places of going, and I haven't yet been. So thanks for joining. Nice. My husband's out running a very important errand right now, so I don't think he will. But I got into a really nice, or I have an opportunity for a very nice show in Sarasota. But I can't make that announcement yet. So, and when the venue says I can make the announcement, I will. But these paintings, I'm getting ready for that. There will be 9 paintings in that show. Hi, Cheryl Melody Baskin. Thanks for joining. So I am finishing some sheet paintings for that show, which will be I think I hang it the first weekend of November and it goes through middle of December here in Sarasota, Florida. And again, when I get the okay to mention the venue, which is this nice venue. It's a totally nice venue, and I'm really honored. And it was a juried show. And I have applied to so many juried shows in my lifetime, and I have so many rejection letters. So it's nice to get an acceptance letter. So when that's approved, I will share that with you. But in the meantime, I want to get some of these paintings done because I will need 7. Hi, Graceful Living, Gorgeous Style. Thanks for joining. Oh, I love your title, Graceful Living, Gorgeous Style. I wonder if you need any paintings, you should connect with me. So there are 7 paintings that will be 44 inches or less, and then there are 2 paintings that will be can be up to 71 inches. So this is one of those 2 paintings. And the other one is a painting that I made a couple months ago called Synchronicity 7202, which is 7,202 shapes. I lost count on this one. I think I was up to, again, another 10,000 shapes. And then I lost count. So this will be the Mountains of Abruzzo plus 10,000, something like that. So today what I'm doing is this originally was a pink painting. And some of you might have seen me working on this pink painting that was all pinks and whites. And so there was a lot of pink in the background. There's still some right here. But I felt it was way too pink. What's nice now is that these pink undertones are coming through. And I'm not going to take them out. But the canvas is much richer because of them. And it has a nice warm quality in the background. So I'm not going to totally annihilate that. And so I'm just going to go with white for the sky part. Florence says, you just keep applying till someone says yes. I love that you keep applying for juried shows. I stopped playing for juried shows for quite some time. And I got into a really nice groove with some interior designers here in the Sarasota, Florida area. And then that work kind of changed. Please accept my apologies. I'm just trying to change that angle a little bit. And so in this area of Tampa Bay, St. Petersburg, Florida, Naples, and Sarasota, I'm going to continue when I see like a citywide call or something like that. I am going to apply, especially if shows don't cost money. I've applied for so many shows where you pay and then you're basically paying to play, and you're paying the curators. I know the curators have to get paid. I get it. Everyone's got to get paid. But the least, the people who get paid the least is usually us, the artists. So we're always trying to change that storyline and that dynamic. So today we're just going to be adding, I'm going to be working the skyline here. If you have any questions, just put them in the chat. I'm just so glad you guys all showed up today. It was kind of, like I said, an impromptu kind of deal. But I'm kind of an impromptu kind of person. I'm kind of that impromptu kind of gal. Right, Robert? Florence, remind me, are you a painter? If you are, you can share your stories about applying for shows. Okay, let's just get into this. The only reason I'm hesitating is because I'm not happy with my brush selection. So let's see what I have here brush-wise. In my mind, it's funny how the paintings talk to you. I don't know if you have that experience. But this painting was saying to me, white and gold. So that's what I'm adding today. I'm adding white in the sky, and I'm adding some golds in the mountain landscape area. Oh, cool. Thanks so much, Lawrence. I really appreciate it. Okay, so let's get to work. I think I'm going to go with this brush. We're going to start over here, which is not great for your visual. So let's maybe start over here, because you guys have showed up. Let's see what we can do here. Meh, meh, meh. Okay. This part's a little tricky because it's really, there's the water. Let me just start here. Let's just see how white this white might be. We might need to tone it down. Yeah, that's awfully bright. It's awfully bright. That's okay though. We can count, why not? Counting for focus. Counting for better mental health. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kinda nice. Kinda nice. 10. Let's go smaller here. 11. Let's change this line later. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. Look how this paint just keeps going. 26, 27, 28 without having to reload the brush. 29. That is the real amazing thing about oil painting. You don't have to reload the brush. I get excited about things like that. 29. Okay, I'm going to come over here, follow the skyline or this mountain line. And then there's another horizon line there. And then it comes up here. This was originally a blue line here. I had blue circles. And like I said, I had a pink background, and I felt it was just too much pink. And then I thought I had ruined the whole thing. I put the painting aside, and luckily I had some patience. The reunion with CJ. Thanks for joining. Thank you. 29. Hold tight. Thank you for your patience. 29. Can't get that far here. 30. 31. 32. 33. 34. 35. 36. 37. 38. 39. 40. 41. 42. 43. It's stuff there, so we're still, you guys can still see what's happening. Okay, I like the shapes to be smaller at the horizon and then kind of billow up because it'll make it, I think it'll help with the perspective. And if it doesn't, we can paint over it. Cynthia, thanks for joining. Appreciate you very much. 43. Okay, let's come here. 44. 45. 46. 47. 48. 49. 50. 51. 52. 53. 54. Super present. 55. 56. 57. 58. 59. 60. 61. 62. 62. 63. 64. 65. 66. 67. 68. 69. 70. So if you're new to this channel, 71. 71, 71, 71. You're probably wondering why I'm counting. Well, I do this practice to really help me practice my ability to be present. And I'm working very hard on that because I have realized, or come to the realization, that if you really aren't even aware of your presence, or if presence isn't something you're working on, that you can go through your whole life and not ever have been in the present moment unless you're getting your ass handed to you. So, you know, or something traumatic is happening where like you feel like time freezes and you stop. So now I'm really trying to take this practice of being in a state of presence with the people that I'm with, when I'm on the phone, when I'm in meditation, not only just sitting still, but in other parts of my life now, I'm really trying to pay attention to my intentions, my attention, and my presence. Because most of the time, we're either ruminating on the past or we're planning for the future, and we fill our mind up with all of this stuff that either has already happened or hasn't yet happened. And I'm reading like the second book right now. I read Eckhart Tolle's book, A New Earth. But this is really what you want to read. I got this from the library. I think when I finish it, I'm just going to buy myself a copy. And this talks about not only the power of now, but it really taps into how most of us live our lives and how we are really not present at all, and how most of our suffering comes from the mind. I talk about this a lot when I'm painting, but I do it because I'm also a therapist and I'm very interested in helping people find their best mental health and wellness through using creativity or doing a meditation or practice or something like this. So this painting for me, when I count, it helps me stay in the direct moment. My mind really can't be somewhere else. If I'm thinking about anything else, it's hard enough actually for me to turn around and check in with you guys and talk to you. So you'll see me turning around, I'm just counting. And it seems bizarre, but from my experience, it's something that really works. You can count doing a lot of things. You can count when you're walking. You can count when you're walking your dogs, Robert. You can count when you're preparing a meal. But the counting actually helps you stay super, super, super present. And once you notice that your mind is really not your own and that your mind is running your life, in a lot of time, for a lot of people, in not a good way. It's either filling you up with anxiety or dread or regret or hopelessness or whatever, because a lot of those things signify that you're living in the future too much. We don't have space in our brains to manage all of that. So read this. If you're someone who struggles with anxiety or you feel like you've been wronged, you hold on to regrets, you hold on to, what's the word when you hold on to resentments, could be from anyone in your life, but if you're holding on to them, it is affecting the health in your body. It's affecting your mental health, which affects your bodily health. And all of these things come from what we think about our lives, what we think about our existence, what we think about who we are, our personal story, our victim story, our hero story, whatever it is. And most people just aren't present on a daily basis. And I've noticed this, and maybe it's just me because my mind tends to be on a hamster wheel all the time. But I'm making it now a very personal journey of mine to really be present when I am with people, when I am painting, actually as much as I can be in the present moment. And you learn how to do that by just watching your thoughts, watching your thoughts, watching your thoughts. Christopher, thanks for joining. I'll get back to painting. I was on number 71. I'll paint for a couple more minutes. 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 82. Look how much paint just keeps coming off this oil brush. 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 97, 98, 99, 100. What a nice number. Cento, 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 cento. Do a few more. 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110. I'm liking this so much better. 111, maybe you will too. 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127, 128, 129, 130, 131, 132, 133, 134, 135, it's a big one, 136, 137, 138, it's also a big one, 139, 140, 41, 42, 143, 144, 145, 146, 147, 148, 149, 150, 150, 150. I feel like it should come up this way, so let's see if that happens here. 151, 152, 153, 154, 155, 156, 157, 158, 159, 160, 161, 162, 163, 164, 165, it's okay, 165, 166, 167, 168, 169, 170, 171, 172, 173, 174, 175, 176, 677, 178, 179, 180, 181, 182, 183, 184, 185. We'll see if this works or not. 186, 187, 188, 189, 190, 191, 192, 194, 195. Let's stop at 200. 196. 197. 198. 199. Cool beans. 200. 200. We're going to stop there for today. Thank you guys. Thank you guys all for joining. I need to write myself a note. 200 shapes was added today. I think this will be interesting. You know what? And if it doesn't work out, what does that mean? If it doesn't work out? Well, I guess it means if I end up repainting the sky with these circles and I don't like the effect, I can always lighten the whole thing up and start over again. As always, thank you for joining me in my everlasting pursuit of quieting my monkey mind, of helping you quiet your monkey mind, of helping you get creative, of helping you start a painting practice if that's something you're interested in doing. If you have not subscribed to my channel here on Substack, please do so. Thank you for tuning in. I always appreciate you, Ellen J. Thank you so much. And you can also, if you would be so dear and so kind, is to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That channel is doing pretty well. I mean, it's still pretty small, but I'm trying to get over 1,000 subscribers. It's grown decently every month, and I don't do any paid promotions, but if you like what I'm doing here, subscribe. It's free, and it helps me out. And it's really good for my ego. Just like each time we get a like here and we get a like there, our egos get that nice little dopamine hit. But if you're trying not to do that, if you're trying to overcome those dopamine hits, if you're trying to live more in the present, check out Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now. It's not a paid endorsement, obviously, on any level, but it is really helping me with the importance of the present moment, and I'm considering it on a much grander scale now, not just in yoga, not just while I'm meditating. When I'm painting, when I'm in conversations, or when I'm in the presence of others, I'm trying to be more and more present. Because really that's all we have is the gift of authentic connection with one another. That's enough. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. We'll do it again next week. Ciao. Ciao.